Welcome to a very special football edition of The Final Wager, where we'll discuss the game theory behind Group G in this year's World Cup. I have next to me the standings with one game to play. Germany and US have both won one game and drawn one game. They have 4 points, 1 point for a draw and 3 points for a win. Ghana and Portugal have lost and drawn one game each. They each have 1 point. I also have up here the goal differential, which is the number of goals you scored minus the number of goals your opponents have scored against you, and the goals for, which is the number of goals you scored. These are the first and second tiebreakers. Now, the very simple game theory says, for Germany and the USA to both advance, they might as well just draw. They'll each get 1 point, they'll have 5 each. There's no way for Ghana and Portugal to catch them. Ghana and Portugal, if they tie, they'll each get 1 point. They'll have 2 points each. USA and Germany will also advance. Doesn't matter the outcome there. But it's a little bit more complicated than that. Let's look at what each team needs to do to advance. Ghana and Portugal both need to win, and they need to make up this tiebreaker, goal differential, and in some cases, they might need to make up goals for as well. So let's say the USA loses. Ghana will need to win, and they can either win by more than one goal, or the USA can lose by more than one goal, and they'll win on goal differential. Or if they go to goals for, Ghana will need to score more or 2 or more goals than the US scores. The third tiebreaker, if they tie this goals for, is the USA beat Ghana, so USA would advance. Portugal, on the other hand, is going to need to come out strong. They need to win, and they need to make up this huge deficit that they have. They lost to Germany by 4 goals. That's really crushing for their chances. If the USA loses by 1 goal, their goal differential will be down to 0. And Portugal will need to win by 4 goals and also make up this goals for difference, which they probably would in that case. So Portugal's going to come out very strong. They're going to be attacking. That's good news for Ghana, because Ghana will probably take advantage of a weak defense since most of the attackers will be up front, and they might be able to rack up some goals, and then they'll have to hope for a USA loss. Of course, Germany could also lose, but they have this huge goal differential as well. They'd have to lose by several goals, or Ghana would just have to put a massacre at Portugal. Unlikely in either way. Now, why can't Germany and the US just go for the draw? This goes beyond the game theory of actually advancing and into the game theory of sportsmanship. This goes back to the 1982 World Cup. West Germany and Austria were playing in the final group match in their preliminary group. They already knew the result of the game between Algeria and Chile. And both teams knew that West Germany and Austria could both advance if West Germany won by 1 or 2 goals. So what happened was West Germany scored in the first few minutes, and then they just kicked the ball around and ran out the clock. It was a disaster. Both teams got a bunch of crap from both sides, even from their own fans. One guy burned the national flag of West Germany. Neither of these teams can really afford a PR disaster like that, especially a team like the United States, which is just getting its legs in the world of soccer, and of course has so many other things going on around the world for which many of the world's citizens aren't very happy. So USA and Germany are both going to have to play very strong. At least the USA is going to have to come out and put in some effort. Alright, go USA. Oh, I'm wearing this French jersey because I was in France for the 2006 World Cup, and that was a fun time until Zidane had his little headbutt incident, but you know, that's a different sort of game theory. Alright, we'll find out what happens soon. Thanks for watching The Final Wager.